Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. I was just walking around out here looking at these flowers, and I decided, hey, this would be a nice backdrop for a video. I've got a lot more choices now because I brought a different tripod back. It's a little bit longer, so nice little spot here. So I thought, yeah, this is a beautiful little backdrop for a video. Anyhow, today I'm going to kind of combine topics. Raw vegan, and I've been talking about my mindfulness meditation practice on the weekend. I'm not going to necessarily talk about it from a meditative standpoint today, but we're going to talk about how mindfulness can help you on your raw vegan lifestyle, on your journey to help you succeed. So anyhow, if you're not already subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button now. Click on the little bell and check send notifications so you will stay subscribed to the channel. This second video I've done today, I'm just really mellow. I got sun a little while ago. I'm waiting for my massage therapist. She should be here any time. Hopefully she'll won't come while I'm doing the video, but yeah, no, I was thinking about this topic yesterday because yesterday was Saturday, and that's the day that usually my weekend talks come out. And I was thinking about how this mindfulness could be applied to the raw vegan lifestyle. Just another little trick, just another little hack to use to make this work for you. One thing, let me give you a little bit of background on mindfulness. Mindfulness is basically just living in the moment. It's as simple as that. Now you can go Google it, and you can get a Wikipedia definition, and you'll get a little bit more insight into it, but basically that's what it is. Mindfulness is about living in the moment. In my mindfulness meditation practice, it's really anchored on the breath, and the simple practice is just always like the breath is your anchor, and I always come back to the moment. Now, like I said, I don't want to get confusing here. I'm not trying to do a meditation video. I'm just saying, like, how can this mindset be applied to mindfulness? Well, when we sit in meditation and we use the breath as our anchor, we're trying to what am I trying to say? We're trying to just, like, when you can focus on one thing like that, when you are in the breath, when you get in there, and if you've ever done it, you know what I'm talking about. When you get into it a little bit, and when you're totally, all that's in your head is in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath, then you are truly in the moment. That's for sure. So how could it be applied? I'm just looking over there. There's weird noises on this property today. It's been kind of a strange Sunday, but anyway, like, okay, people are always projecting into the future, and I think that's what freaks a lot of people out on this lifestyle. And I think, honestly, everybody wants to make it like they need the next recipe, they need the next program, they need to see the next video or whatever that's going to give them this one little magic trick that's going to get them there, that's going to make this lifestyle work and make it click for them. And there's not, and a lot of it, so much of this lifestyle, and no, I don't see anybody else talking about this. So much of this lifestyle is psychological, but nobody else seems to be talking about this. It's like just me, and I want to hear somebody smarter than me discussing this so I can get some other thoughts on it. But yeah, I think mostly it's the psychology of this lifestyle. I did a video very shortly after I got to this property here because I'm kind of isolated, and for most of the year I've been by myself. And I said, just joking, I said, listen, this is psychological. If I were to kidnap you, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to spend any time in lockup, but if I were to kidnap you, sequester you to this property, and keep you here for 3 months, and you were totally under my control, and you could only eat what I told you to eat, what I gave you to eat, I would give you an adequate amount of food, you would do it. What would happen? What would happen? All these little things like, oh my God, if I do it, no. You might have a couple of days of psychological discomfort. Okay, you might go through a little detox, but I almost think no matter how clean you're eating, if you're eating enough food, you can kind of power through it. So the lifestyle's not that tough to do physically. It's up here, which most things are, that doesn't mean I'm judging people. Everybody's gone through it. Hell, when I quit, I wasn't addicted to nicotine. When I quit smoking, psychologically, it was one of the toughest things, you can imagine. But once you'll accept that, a lot of people won't accept that. They get kind of mad when you say, that's not psychologically, blah, blah, blah. Once you'll accept that, you can start moving forward. And what you can do with mindfulness to help yourself on this journey, like I say, you don't have to, if you're not interested in meditation, you don't have to start a meditation practice, although I highly recommend it. But just be in the moment as you're going day to day, especially if you're struggling. I've talked about this before. Be a raw vegan today. Be a raw vegan for this meal. Be a raw vegan for this minute. Break it down as much as you have to. Always living in that moment. You know, I say be raw vegan for the day, but everybody should just be thinking about being raw vegan in this particular moment. Because that's the whole crux of the practice, that's the whole crux of mindfulness, is we can only live, everything else is illusion, everything else is kind of a waste of time. We can only live in the present moment. We can only influence the present moment. The past is just something, the past is gone. Doesn't matter what you've done in your past, doesn't matter how good, like if you did the worst thing in the world, if you did the best thing in the world. There's no way to go back and change that. It's done. The future. We don't even know if we're going to get to the future. The future's an illusion. Maybe, you know, maybe something happens to us, maybe the future turns. Nobody knows the future. So the only thing we can really focus on and influence is the here and the now. The here and the now. That's actually a little kind of word set I use to, like, just during the day to flip myself back into mindfulness. Where are you? Here. When is it? Now. You're always in the here and the now. And when it comes to the food, when you get out of thinking about, I'm going to be raw vegan for the rest of my life, or even if you're just getting started, like I'm going to be fully raw vegan for a week, and you're holding on, and it's tough. It's tough because you're thinking about a week. You're thinking about, you know, most people are not thinking about, okay, I'm going to flip out any second and not be able to eat what I want, and eat something that I shouldn't eat. But you're probably not going to flip out just in an individual second. People get tripped up thinking about, oh my God, I'm never going to eat this again, or oh my God, I'm only going to eat blah, 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 raw. These words like always and never are scary words sometimes. That's why I don't like to use them a whole lot. And when that psychology gets into your head, you know, it's tough. One day at a time. I know that's cliche. That's like, you know, 12 step people use it. A lot of people use it. There used to be a song, but one day at a time. That's really, you know, that's really all we can do. We can just bang this thing out one day at a time. You know, don't wake up tomorrow. Don't think about how long you're going to be raw vegan. It just sets up the mind for bad things, total failure. A little story, and this worked so well for me, and I almost like got kind of sucked in and didn't even want to stop. I've mentioned before, the only time I've ever fasted, and I've mentioned it, I did a water fast when I was locked up in Panama. And when I started this water fast, it was just because I was in a place where I wasn't getting the kind of food I was used to at the time, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to like give my stomach a day to rest. I water fasted for the day. I kind of liked it. When the next morning came, I decided, I think I'm going to water fast again today. It ended up being 8 days, but at no time during this fast did I have any idea, any conception of how long I was going to do this. In my mind, I woke up every day and I said, I'm going to water fast today. And that's what you can do with the raw vegan lifestyle. You wake up tomorrow and you say, I'm going to be raw vegan today. Who knows what happens tomorrow? Who knows what happens the next day? And hey, if you're not trying to be fully raw vegan, apply this, like I'm always saying, to other lifestyles. If you want to be fully starch solution, if you want to be fully raw till 4, if you just want to be fully plant-based, focus on being plant-based, whatever, today. And don't think about like what you're going to do for the rest of your life, what you're going to do for a month, and get off these whole little, I'm on the first day of 100, blah, 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 blah. That is just like, you know, my eyes, if my computer was recording things, my eyes just like roll over and over and over in my head when I hear that kind of stuff. But yeah, just another little tip, trick, whatever you want to call it today to kind of try to get you there. Like I say, nobody seems to really hit the psychological aspect of it near as much. It seems to all be a bit like YouTube, and this whole little genre seems to be all about the next recipe and the next book that's going to come out and the next program or whatever. But like I said in a video a couple of days ago, eat fruits and vegetables. Eat fruits and vegetables. Don't let so many people make such, like, I don't like that when humans take something that's supposed to be fundamentally easy and they make it more complicated, usually for commercial purposes. Yeah, it's eating fruit and vegetables, and it's doing it today, not tomorrow. Just be raw vegan today, and that's it. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one and got a little something out of that one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.